So one of the biggest challenges I had when I first started internet marketing was the sense of overwhelm. When you think about all the things that you need to learn landing pages, you need to learn copywriting, headlines and bullet points and the intro of a sales page, and then how to create an offer. And then you move over to blogs and how to do the SEO correctly by, coming up with keywords, doing the keyword research, putting keywords in your headlines, putting keywords in your, sprinkled throughout the whole blog that you're writing. And then there's pixels. You got Facebook pixels, and you got Google pixels, and you got all these things to track all these things in your funnels and blogs, and on it goes. So eventually I ran across a tool called MarketPlan.io. I love the product. It completely reduces your overwhelm. It allows you to plan things out visually, to set up your emails, to set up your blogs, to set up your ads, to set up your pages before you even lift a finger doing anything around building pages or even putting your automations in place for your emails. So let's take a look at it and see if this will help you today. Over here at the left, you can see dashboard, you can see projects, you can see task, you can see team, and white label. Right now we're on the dashboard. You can see various statistics down here. Let's go over here to projects where the important stuff is. So I'm going to click on it. And what happens is you can see recent project. This is my tech stack mastery. I've got relationship made easier and so on. Different projects I've worked on over a period of time. We've got here some tasks. So with tasks, you can create a new space for a new customer. So if you want a customer to be able to come in and look at the funnel or look at the layout that you're suggesting, they can do that without looking at all the other spaces. So you can separate out different customers, and you can also organize it like a space. You can assign what team members, if you look over here in the middle of team, I don't have a team because I'm really small, but if you have team members, you can assign which spaces they're allowed to go into. And then you've got different tasks here, which is really cool. You can have different spaces. Now, I don't have a team, so I don't use this, and you'll see in a minute why that is. This is mainly for when you have multiple projects and you're trying to track like all the different activities that are going on in the different projects. Very, very useful for if you're an agency and you have sub-clients and you want to track the different things that are happening and how your team is supporting you and all that, and what's basically going on. Then you've got this team feature and white label. I'm not going to cover white label or team today, but at least know that you can assign teams just to the different spaces and the different projects if you want to. All right, where we're going to jump into today is a project. I'm going to look at TSM, Tech Stack Mastery. Now here I can set up different plans. The first plan I set up was my home website. Then I created two different funnels. If we go into the home, you'll get a sense of what's happening. Over here to the right are pages that I could drag out, which is what you're seeing here. Different types of pages that you can drag out. You got calendars, you got memberships, you got order pages, landing pages, opt-in pages, and so on. You've got different kinds of campaign apps. You'll see ad sets, you'll see social plans, keyword planners, blog planners, email sequences, and chat if you want to have a chat feature. Here you have different actions. Do you want to, in a particular, let's say a funnel, do you want to tag somebody at a certain time? Do you have certain conditions? And then do you want them to wait, or do you have different custom actions? So on my homepage, you'll see things like keyword planner. Here's a couple of keywords that I did some research on just out of curiosity to start building my keyword planning. So if I need to rush over really quickly and say, okay, what keyword do I want to assign to a particular blog, I can do that. In fact, let me just move this over here. All right. And then we've got the blog planner. So here I've got a couple blogs that I've been building. I can go in and write those blogs. Here you'll see one of them. I can create links that are unique to that particular blog. Now, right now I don't have blogs hooked up, whereas if I just drag a link here, I can just drop it in. And notice that it's curvy and the other ones are straight. The way you do that is you just go here and you tap that button. I'm sorry, I got the wrong one here. If I go here and I tap the straighten, it will automatically line it up for you. Now, when I go into this blog here, then when I say, okay, I want to create a special link, I can say new link, and here now, because it's connected to my home page, I can click on the home page and I can just say here test link, and now I can set up my UTM parameters. I can say blog, it came off my blog. I can say it's a link on my blog, or I could just say blog link. I could say whatever nomenclature I use for a particular campaign. I could say tech stack mastery, funnel 3, blog dash, and then whatever the name of that campaign is. But for now, I'm just going to use F3 as the name. So now when I copy this link and use it, it will be tracking where that original link came from, and later on you'll see why that's really important. Here I'm writing the blog. I can assign, notice here I've got a link with that I can use, my affiliate links. I can have all those connected up before I even go out to my website and build that blog. Let's say there's something I want to remember as a task. I can go down here, write next blog around market plan.io and overview. So there's my to-do. I can close this. So now I've just done something in the blog. I can do the same thing with keywords, social plan. All right, so now let me show you something really cool. So now I can, as I'm dragging out these images, I end up building this organization structure so I can visually see what's happening. Now I can go in. Notice here I have a link, and then over here I actually have, which is what you're seeing here, the final copy or the final version on the website. But let's say I want to go in and edit my page. Now, of course, I use high level as my platform to build my website and my funnels. Be in live mode right here. I don't even have to leave. And I can start editing right here on the page. If there's something I forgot, I can add a task down here. So you can see that not only can you build the pages out, you can go in and actually edit those pages. All right, and then you've got down here, so up here is the toggle. I can have my plan, go ahead and start tracking. I can actually create some statistics in here. So let's say I'm wanting at least 100 visitors my blog, all right? Maybe chat, I can say 10 a week. Maybe people are willing to chat with me, I don't know. And then my social plan, I would like 100 here. So what we're looking for is an average. Now I haven't filled in any of the numbers like for my products and things, but as soon as you start populating, like see here, there's 10, there's 100, and there's 100, it starts calculating, you know, what your numbers potentially can be, right? So it's really nice for that. What can happen is you can go in here and look at stats right here. So you click on these numbers, and then this gives you, because you're on live, you start getting the real numbers. Of course, I don't have any yet. So, but when you start getting real people going through your funnels and things, you'll start seeing the stats showing up here. All right, so that's how that's the layout feature. I always leave this to off, but the most important thing I want you to see here is how nice the layout is and how it starts eliminating overwhelm. Now let's go up here to Kanban. Now before I even lifted a finger, I came in here and I said, what do I need to do? So I just started listing all of these things here over here. Now, if I had a team, I would just click on this button right here, and it would say assign this card to a team member. Then, like for example, here's me on this page. So if I click on this, you'll notice a page comes up. There's two types of pages. The first one is all the tasks related to build the home page. So if I had a bunch of subtasks, I would want them to show up right here. I would type them in here. I'd say sub task 1, and I'd hit enter. Now you see it showing up here, and I can assign that to a person. All right, and the minute I do that, then it starts showing up here. I can have a chat with that person. It's unique by person, not by the whole team. Anybody that's been assigned to that task will show up here, is my point. All right, so you can see how very quickly, as you start multiplying the funnels and the different tasks and all the different things that you have to do, you have this nice little way of saying, oh, what was the last thing we talked about, and what's the latest on that? And then you can even chat with them and say, what's going on with this, right? You can say, tell me what's the latest on this. All right, so you see very quickly you can track task, subtask, and then what's been spoken in the conversations. All right, so that's, and then there is a Gantt chart feature, or I can go down here and click on this. So I love this tool. It's just absolutely amazing. All right, so that's kind of the overview I wanted you to get. I can go back here and look at one of my funnels to these yet. But let's stretch this out a little bit so we give ourselves a little room. Same thing here. I went in, I dragged out the pages, I mapped out my funnel, I built my emails, right? I went in and said edit, here's my first email. I said save. So I did all of this before I lifted a finger. So in here, when I go in and look at these pages, here's the final. Here's all the tasks that I've assigned that I can say, okay, this page, I forgot, I want to do something else to it. I can add that here, and it will show up in my Kanban for this particular. All right, so I hope you found that useful. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of my favorite tool called Market Plan.io, how it reduces overwhelm. It gives you a very clear place. Imagine every day using it. All of those things I just showed you become second nature. And it just gives you this whole place to store all the stuff that's going on in your head, and then go back to it and say, okay, what was I doing yesterday? Because you might have jumped to several different funnels and ads and posting on social media, responding to people on social media. Before you know it, like, you forget all the different things that you've done in one day. And this tool, Market Plan.io, gives you a place to store all that data. So remember, all the links in my description are affiliate links. It really helps me out if you use those links. And of course, get back with me if you have questions. Just post them below this video. Happy to answer them if I can. And yeah, all the best to you. I hope that you find this very useful. Please subscribe to the channel so you can follow my trajectory of where we're going here with Tech Stack Mastery. And hopefully over the next several months, you'll see a lot of things that'll be very useful, if not already. And anyway, we'll see you. Many blessings.